Not a team player because I will not humiliate myself. My team was doing a team building exercise. Professionally we never interact, but report to the same person, so we are a team. They wanted us to play team rock paper scissors. Each team huddles and at the word go, jumps up and lands in a full body representation of a rock, paper or scissors. We were all wearing full suits and in our office. I have 2.5 decades of experience and do not see how jumping around like a jackass will make me better at my job. I left the room and came back half an hour later. I was told I need to be more of a team player. Where I work once provided a bowl of small stuffed animals and expected us to toss them at each other instead of voicing any conflicts. I just couldn't see how conflicts could be resolved without discussion, so I declined to participate in that. It didn't last very long. Lol. Finally. A post where I can share my stupid anti-work story. I was new, training and learning my role. There was an optional company picnic, and I did not care for a picnic I'd have to drive to. I stayed in the office and continued watching training videos to stay on track. I received a call from my director and was informed I'd be written up for something so insignificant that I refused to sign it. Thus began 3 years of passive aggressiveness from my boss. The final straw was when this passive-aggressive boss told me that if I showed up last year, I wouldn't be written up, as if that was him doing me a favor. When everyone left for the picnic, I packed up my office, left, and never returned. I have 2.5 decades of experience and do not see how jumping around like a jackass will make me better at my job. Rolling on the floor laughing. Good for you. Stands there doing nothing. I'm paper. This is in the top 5 among my pet peeves for corporate life. I sell my soul for the money, not to be a dancing monkey for HR's benefit. Insert your own stories below. Hey boss, remember back in January I worked all weekend to get the deadline met? Remember 2 months ago when I covered for Hector when his water heater went out? Remember how I picked up Billy's on-call the other week? So, who has been saying I'm not a team player? You? That is normal. I was never considered one and I am still doing fine for some many years. I am replaceable, but for some reason, I have never been replaced. Even I do not bend over to anyone. This sounds like a very stupid thing to do. I never understood that. Our company have grill party where they grill massive pig etc. And company pay for all drinks. It's not mandatory to be there. From what I have heard, people get hammered real hard near the end. I always came for a bit of small talk. Stayed for about 23 hours and left. Nobody cared. You should have jumped and hurt your leg. Nothing gets stuff shut down faster than the possibility of the company losing money. I work on a team of 5 people that are all in different locations. We recently had to do a team building activity by individually working on paint by numbers while on a Zoom call together. They did this at a conference I'm at recently. I'm disabled. It very nicely highlighted my disability. I cannot jump around, so I sat down. I had to explain to easily 10 people I'm disabled and can't jump or even spin quickly. So, that was bloody wonderful. Because then comes the wonderful, oh you're too young to be disabled, or, what happened? Quote. Good team building events are good. Bad team building events are bad. This one is bad because the only bond formed is mutual humiliation. I used to be on a team of field engineers, spread across the US and Canada, and once a year we'd have a big meeting at the national HQ. In addition to mind-numbing presentations, eating and drinking too much, and group outings like axe throwing or something. We would also do a team-building exercise. It was always a silly high school science experiment competition kind of thing. Egg drop, popsicle stick bridge, drinking straw tower, etc. But because we were engineers, it was fun to form teams and see what we could do against each other. At the end, I always felt a little team was built. I don't work at that company anymore, and I have plenty of gripes. Overall, though, it was a decent enough place compared to most. Every time I had to do an icebreaker activity or some dumb team-building exercises, I feel like dying. It feels so insulting and dumb. I don't mind going to do an activity out with coworkers, rarely, or talking at work, but those activities borderline make me angry. By team player, they mean yes man. They don't care about the team. They just want to prove they have the power to force you all to jump around like dumbasses. How to build resentment and crush self-esteem and personal boundaries. I once worked with a bunch of teenagers who spoke of nothing but sex and drugs. I just stayed out of it and did my job. Manager pulled me aside and accused me of being judgmental because I did not participate in dirty conversations. I told the manager that I couldn't be bothered with dirty conversations with teenagers at work and that I come to work to work. The manager, 69F, tells me that if she were me, she'd tell those teenagers that she's been around the block and has had tons of experience. SMFH. My coworker got told she's not a team player because she refused to play tortilla slap as a team building activity. She's had 2 nose surgeries and didn't want to risk it breaking again, so she refused. I wish I was there that day to have her back and refused to do it simply because I don't want to. Basically, all team building nonsense is designed to weed out the introverts and/or the neurodivergent, for some unknown reason. Then they wonder why when they succeeded and everyone is busy playing games all day, the productivity takes a nosedive. Team-building exercises are nothing more than exercises in control, conformity and humiliation. They have nothing to do with actually building a team. What they do is show those in charge who is the most desperate to keep their job, who will rat out their coworkers, who will be the spies, etc. If these exercises ever happen at your place of work, immediately see who from your coworkers jumps in willingly first. Those are the people you definitely cannot trust. I've walked from jobs for such nonsense.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.